Hello, ninth graders, gonna almost be 10th graders. This is Mrs. Yamri coming to you today to talk to you guys about registering for 10th grade. Can you believe it? It's already here. It's going so fast. I don't know if it's going fast for you, but this year's gone fast for me. I'm gonna walk you through how to register, where to find everything, information that you might need to see. The first thing you need to do is go to our Northfield website. So I'm on the school website here. I'm gonna click on schools. I'm gonna click on schools today. I'm going to click on the high school, because obviously we're at the high school, right? We're going to click on student support, and then we're going to scroll down through here, and we're going to click on course registration and planning. This has got all the information you need about courses, what you're going to take, the 4-year plan, all that kind of stuff you can find right here. The first thing we're going to look at is the course guide. We're just going to kind of skim through this, but this is where all the information that you need about courses is listed. What is required? What is offered? All the classes we have at the high school. What classes do you need to take as a 10th grader? Okay. The school profile. What are the things we offer for advanced classes, advanced placement, concurrent classes? Lots of information to find here. Super important over here, and we list it everywhere because we want you guys to see it. We want you to know it. You need 23 credits to graduate, right? 23 credits. You guys are the class of 2029. You're right here. You need 23 credits to graduate in total. We separated you out because the ones that are going to be seniors this next year, the class of 2027, do not need personal finance, but you do. So you guys and the current 10th graders are the first classes that need the personal finance. So it looks a little bit different. So we separated out so you kind of understand that. You need the same amount of credits, 23, but you need a little less elective credit, 1/2 credit. So something to keep in mind, at some point you'll need personal finance as an 11th or 12th grader. We ask you to take it. But you're going to want to make sure you have a spot for it in your schedule. Otherwise, you need 4 credits of English, 3.5 credits of social studies, 3 of math, 3 of science, 1 PE, a 1/2 credit of health, which you'll take as a 10th grader, a credit of art, and 1/2 credit of personal finance, and then 6.5 credits of elective choice. Okay, so all that information can be found here. All this information is about life beyond high school, so things you might want to think about while you're registering. As a 10th grader, you're pretty kind of stuck on what you need to take, but as a senior, you're going to have a little more option, and you need to think about what is my plan after high school, and what is it required? Am I going to go to a 4-year school? For example, if you are going to go to a 4-year school, many of them ask that you have 2 years of a world language. Now, you don't need a world language to graduate from Northfield High School. It's not a requirement. Can you take it? Absolutely. Should you take it? That's up to you. Okay. But you need it. You might need it to go to a 4-year school. So things you want to keep in mind, things that might be a little bit different than what we require, whatever your plans are after high school. So we want you to start thinking about all of those things. This is just a lot of information for you guys. You can take time to read this. We have a lot of dual enrollment concurrent classes that you can take mostly as an 11th grader, and we'll talk to you about that before you get to be an 11th grader. We'll have a kind of a session about it and what you need and things like that for PSEO, dual enrollment concurrent classes. So you can take some time and read that over. Otherwise, this is where you're going to find all the information you need. It shows you every area. Will show you kind of the path that you will be on. What are the classes for 10th grade, 11th grade, that kind of thing. The different art electives. You can take a lot of time to look at what you are interested in, kind of read about some of these classes. That's where you're going to find all this information. Your math plan is going to be in here. You can figure out where you are now and what your next step will be. Okay, what math class you're going to sign up for. If you have questions, feel free to ask your math teacher. I'm sure they can help you with what math class you should take for next year. We want to make sure you're on the right plan. Here's the personal finance class. Like I said, you're going to take that as like an 11th or 12th grader, but it's something to just keep in mind. We want to make sure we check that box, right? The goal for us, and I think for a lot of you, is to make sure we check all those boxes on things that are required to graduate. So the art credit, the PE credit, the health credit, all of those credits that you need to have to graduate. And we just want to make sure we're not missing this one because it's new, and we don't want to lose focus on that. So here's the PE classes you can sign up for, the health class that everybody's going to take. You're all going to sign up for health for next year. Other PE classes, science, we have the same thing. It's kind of the sequence of what classes you're going to take are all listed there for you. all the science classes, social studies, same thing, sequence. One thing you want to think about for 10th grade is your requirement for 10th grade social studies is human geography. Now, if you take just regular human geography, it's a semester, but if you take AP human geography, it's going to be a full year credit. Okay, so something to think about when you're signing up and how much space you have in your schedule. If you sign up for whichever one you choose to sign up for, it's really up to you, whatever one you'd like to take, but just keep in mind that one is a full credit and one is just a half credit. You only have to have the half credit for graduation requirements, but if you want to take the AP, you're more than welcome to. If it's something you're interested in, feel free to sign up for that class too. These are our special education classes, world languages, areas of interest. So we're getting into some elective choices here. All the different electives are listed. You can decide what you'd like to take as you're skimming through this. And I'm going to show you another document in a minute that makes it a little bit easier to kind of see what is available for 10th graders. But all of our electives are listed here. So if you ever have a question about what's taught in that class, what do they do in that class, feel free to refer back to this so you can see what they do in that class. This or asking the teacher is really your best option to figure out exactly if it's the right class for you, if it's something you're interested in. So all that information can be found here for you guys. Okay. Now I'm going to walk you through. So we're going to go back to our website here. So I'm just back at our regular website, and down right below this is our registration right here for the class of 2029, which is you guys. So you probably saw this already. We showed it to you last year when you were coming in to be 9th graders. We're going to show it to you every year. This is how we're looking at your registration, your classes, your requirements for your time here at the high school. So this information is just about the registration guide, course lists, schedule change policy. I'm going to tell you right now, we want you to sign up for all the classes you want to take. It's much easier for us to take something off of your schedule than to have a space for you to add it onto your schedule. It just may not work that way. And I'll talk a little bit more about it as we get down here further, but we want you to sign up for all the classes you're interested in, okay? So we're going to talk about logging into Skyward. We'll have a separate video that shows you how to log into Skyward and register. You guys have done it last year, and you did it at the middle school as well. When you go in and select your classes in Skyward, just a couple things to think about is to make sure you log in on the desktop and to make sure you're logged into your account and not your parents' account. They can't sign you up. You have to do it. So make sure you know how to get into all that stuff and that you're logged in through your account. Now, you probably saw the 9th grade one last year. At the top of this, we just keep telling you all the time, you need 23 credits. You need 4 credits of English, right? 3.5 of social studies, 3 of math, 3 of science, 1 physical education, a half credit of health, 1 art credit, half personal finance, and 6.5 electives. We're going to tell you that every year. We don't want you to miss it, okay? So we're down here in the 10th grade. We're looking at what you guys need to take. Everybody's going to take an English class. You're either going to take English 10 or advanced English. You're going to take biology. You're going to take a math class. You're going to take the health class and the human geography. So those things are required for you for 10th grade. Other than that, you can fill it with whatever electives or classes you're interested in. If you want to get the PE credit done, if you're looking to get art credits, if you haven't taken art foundations or PE, foundations of PE, you probably want to sign up for those to get started on those credits. You have to sign up for 6 credits, if you see down here, and up to 7, okay? Like I said, it's easier for us to take a class out and add a study hall than it is to add things in. So sign up for as many as you'd like, but make sure you have at least 6. You also need to have a few alternatives listed on yours. And when you go, I don't remember if you guys remember doing this last year, but it's not, you sign up for them a little bit differently, and you can watch the video on how to do that. You pick them on a separate spot so that we know it's something, if you couldn't get into your first class, what is something else you'd like to choose, okay? In the summertime, when we're looking at conflicts or things that don't fit into people's schedules, the first thing I do is look at those alternates. I'm looking to see what you picked. If there's nothing there, then I'm guessing, and I'm just going to put something in that fits for you that you haven't taken yet. So if you can give us a few choices, that's so helpful. In the summertime, when I can just look at those and just try to find another class that works for you if something else is not working in your schedule, okay? So please make sure you pick enough credits and that you do those alternates as well, okay? I would suggest that you download this, put it into Notability, write on it, fill it out so you know exactly what you're going to sign up for. You can put the numbers in here because you're going to have to select those when you go into Skyward and register. So download this, write in it, highlight it, whatever you need to do. Because down here, we've listed all the classes that you can choose from, okay? They're all listed by number here. They start with PE because they're the smallest number on there. But you can see if they're highlighted in green, it's a new class that we're offering next year. You can see right here, if you're looking, you can see what grade levels it's appropriate for. Okay, who's taking those classes? You obviously see, if you see here, you can't take those classes yet. You got to wait till you're a junior. But you can see anything that's got 10th grade. I think it's super important to look through this and kind of find classes that you're interested in and that you can take. Remember, in the art classes, you have to take that Foundations of Art first before you can take any of these other art classes. So keep that in mind when you're registering if you have not taken that art class yet, that art credit yet. We have business classes, English classes, world language classes, family and consumer science classes, agriculture, food, natural resource, and technology. That's a mouthful there. We got a lot. Some really fun classes are offered by all of these areas, okay? So make sure you find things that you're interested in, things you want to take, things that you can take, okay? And then this bottom one is information, lots of different questions. We get asked a lot of questions, which is great, and I love it, but you might be able to find the answer down here before you ask us about it. Make sure you check this out and just kind of see if there's questions. If you have questions about something, when in doubt, message us, email, stop in. You can set up appointments. I know a lot of you have seen we have like little QR codes you can sign and set up appointments that work for you. It's been working out really well. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I'd love to answer these questions. I want to make sure you're in the right classes and the classes that you need for next year or want to take. So please feel free to reach out with anything that you have questions about. Once you have your schedules kind of figured out, what you're going to do, you're going to go log on to Skyward. And if you're interested and you don't remember how to do it, we'll have another video about that. Otherwise, you guys should be all set. And if you need something, we'll be in the hallways tomorrow if you're looking for some help with picking classes or have a question. Mr. Ensrud, Mrs. Rasmussen, and myself will be out in the hallways and available for you. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of the 9th grade year, and I'm looking forward to next year with you.